What's up, everybody? I'll fade it out a little bit here. There we go. All right, everybody's seen the disclaimer. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about a disclaimer, but I got to do it. If you haven't done it before, welcome to the channel, but take a moment to subscribe, hit the button, hit the notification bell, hit like while you're here. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Pretty cool channel, I think. If you've never been here before, we do no bullshit charting. It's all technical analysis based, 100% TA. No guesswork involved. Why do I say no guesswork involved? Well, YouTube's full of guesswork. And sorry, folks, that just ain't what I do. Got some interesting stuff to go over tonight. Want to take a minute, if we could. If you haven't checked out the store, the website store, where we have stickers and merchandise and shirts and shit, it's in the description of the video. Click over to it, and hold on a second, my background isn't working. My background isn't working. I see it. Hold on. It got changed. I didn't do it, but it got changed. There it's fixed. That's better. Yeah, go over to the store, check out the shirts, check out the stickers. If you want one, let me know. There's ways to buy them in there. So, as you've seen in the monthly, in the thumbnail, the new monthly dropped. Got a new monthly candle. What do I expect? Well, I'm not really sure, and I don't like to guess, so why don't we dive off into it and see what we can figure out. I got Bitcoin pulled up right here. Why do I have Bitcoin pulled up? Well, because it constantly matters. It constantly matters. Time and time and time again, we see Bitcoin continue to do things that we don't want it to do. You don't have to like it, but get used to it, okay? Because I don't see Bitcoin going anywhere, okay? I've got a few lines drawn here on the chart so you can see. Those are the all-time fib lines on the total market cap. Actually, I said I had Bitcoin pulled up. I've got total market cap pulled up. Get to Bitcoin in a second. But I had a flag drawn right there, a little pennant drawn, and it broke north of it. We have another one forming up here up top. I'm not exactly sure where the top is and whether we formed the first part of that flag or if we formed the whole part of the flag. I'm not exactly sure yet, so I don't want to guess on it and be wrong. So I don't think this is the real breakout. I think this is just the bottom of the first point of the flag that's forming. I think there's more up to go. 1.8 trillion needs to be hit, and then I like 2.8 trillion up here to be hit at 1618, slowly and eventually, not in a hurry. It appears to be a grind up, which is actually a good thing. The longer this thing grinds up, the more likely it is to stay up. If you get those big monster green candles that everybody wants to see, then you have big monster red candles right behind it. Interesting how that works, isn't it? You'd much rather prefer it to stay up, right? Yeah, I would too. So how about we quit guessing and hoping and praying for stupid moon candles, all right? But let's get off of that and get back into reality. In the real world, this is how charts work, okay? So total market cap, new month. I'm a little spooked about it being the end of the first quarter. I don't let that affect how I do anything. Just food for thought. I'll take the pivots off. I just got out of the shower and brushed my teeth, and I think I got like one of those little bristles out of the toothbrush stuck in my teeth. I don't let it affect how I trade. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of the market. I know how to hit the sell button. It's fine. I'd encourage everyone else to learn how to hit the sell button because things may get volatile over the next month or 2 months or something like that. So let's be smart here. I still like 2.8 trillion. If you see the monthly chart here, that's about as bullish as every chart has ever been. Clearly, our first target line of 1.3 trillion got hit. Our second target line didn't get hit, but our box did. I erased the box because I got tired of looking at it. Okay. Either way, We bounced right off the 1272 fib and went cleanly up. We're on top of the Bollinger Bands. It doesn't get any more bullish than that. It appears to me that this month will be green. The month is early. It's on the second day. I expect volatility. If you don't understand what that means, shit may get wicky here and start tripping you out, okay? Don't wig out. Don't be a bitch. Learn to hit the sell button. It's that simple, okay? All right, that's enough for the total market cap. I'm going to move over to Bitcoin now. We have a look at it, and then we'll do Bitcoin dominance. I've kind of written down how I want to go through things here so that I can hit all the points that I want to hit here. Let me get off of this and go to Bitstamp chart. It's a little cleaner. Yeah, all right. Bollinger Bands look pretty wicked, don't they? Yeah, that's what I thought too. All right, let's pull this off. Pull that off. All right, so again, we see roughly the exact same thing that we've been seeing. I even had a sales signal right there, but that was for a daily chart. So let's pull a fib on it here. What you see is pretty much the exact same thing as the total market cap is the Bitcoin chart. And why is that? Well, turns out that most new money that comes in this space doesn't go to Ripple, it doesn't go to Stellar, it doesn't go to Cardano, it doesn't go to Link, it doesn't go to Tezos, it doesn't go to Ethereum, it goes to Bitcoin. It goes to Bitcoin. A majority of the market cap is Bitcoin. Pay attention, okay? It is not your favorite coin. It is Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. All right, we're over 1414 here. It looks to be heading toward 1618. It appears to be chasing the wick on this last candle here. Get it in there closer if I can see it, because I got a couple complaints and whiners saying, oh, we can't see the chart, it's not big enough. We'll get a fucking bigger TV. It seems to be chasing this wick here, and that's fine by me. It may make a small candle and another small candle and another small candle. That's fine with me too. I would prefer a grind up here and not just a slap and go. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm optimistic here. I like 62,000 at least. If we flip over to the monthly chart on CoinTrader where we have all the data, that's what looks really interesting. You see a clear channel here. A clear channel. I'll remove these fib lines so you can see it a little better. If you've watched before and you're aggravated that I'm repetitive, tough, because this shit matters, and I'll continue to repeat myself until people start to understand that this is not your normal stuff and you need to get with it. All right? I'll continue to repeat myself as long as I need to. Either way, we had a clear bounce off the midline off this channel. That's our 62,000 target box. Okay, I got this one way up here because it's the same as this over here. Okay, that's the same distance in fib lines as the same distance in fib lines here. I don't know that that's necessarily going to happen. It's just an extra target there. As you see, this one went way past that. I can't plan on that. Okay, that's just, I'm trying to be a little over optimistic here, but I think the eventual target's up here somewhere in the 100,000 range. Maybe one day, not anytime soon, but maybe one day. Either way, we haven't had a red candle in here in a while, and you see that it's been green for quite a while. We did have some red the last time we had a bull run. We had this red candle right here that bounced off the midline, and now look how far away we are from the 8. That's the 8 exponential moving average. Look how far away we are from it. Haven't touched it in months. Haven't touched it in months. Ripple coin is called XRP, Nick. It bounced right off that midline. Couldn't ask for it to do any better. That's why I believe this channel is fairly accurate. Not only is it hitting the top and the bottom of the channel, but look at it bounce off the midline. I mean, it's pretty remarkable if you ask me. It's quite technical. No guessing needed. No guessing needed. I hope everyone's paying attention. You don't need to guess here. We don't need to go candle for candle from the 2017 chart and beg and pray and hope that it's the same. We don't need to do that at all. We have the answers in front of us. So, again, 62,000 is what I like. Let's look at the dominance chart because that's the interesting one, okay? I'll pull this off here. I can put this back in a minute. I already had that up there. We already know. I still got this arrow drawn here. pointing down because I think that's going to happen. But you know what? It's kind of showing me that it's not going to happen. So we'll see. And there's good news and bad news about that. And I don't think it's anything to panic over. So we had this big green candle followed by a big red candle. All right. Again, it's holding this 50 moving average on the monthly that it's never been able to do before. All right. It's holding it here. As you see in the history of Bitcoin dominance, it's never held that yellow line until now. That seems like a good thing to me. It's forming a morning star candle pattern. It's bouncing a doji off of support, which is that 50 moving average. I know it's under the 8 and the 21. I get it, but it's also right on top of support that it's never been on before. This is a bearish pattern, I would agree, but if we pull a fib on it, you'll see this is 786 move here, up and back down 786, and it's starting to try to reverse. So, honestly, this looks like it's going to reverse up to me. It may go down short term, but I think this is going to reverse up. It'll just be a wick, in my opinion, a monthly wick. All right, let's go to the daily. That's what's interesting here. The Bollinger Bands are squeezing in. They're getting tighter. We're failing to hold the 8 and the 21 here. Not only that, but we're under the 200. And I want you to look how many times that's from February 4th till now. A month that it's bounced off the bottom of the 200 and hasn't broken it. The 200 moving average. You got the 50 moving average cutting down through it. I believe we're going to get some price action up here to touch, and then maybe we get that fall that I'm looking for. Or this may be the fall that's coming in now. We've got one red candle, but it keeps doing this. It's very, very choppy, and it's just building pressure here. The fact that it's building this pressure and hasn't done anything makes me want to look at the weekly chart and see the bands on it. And as you see on the weekly, they're not very narrow yet. They're still kind of wide. So maybe this moves sideways a couple more weeks. Wouldn't that just piss everybody off? I'm pretty sure it pissed everybody off. It pissed everybody off. So do I think that's a bad thing? No, I don't. It's also sitting on the weekly 200 and bouncing off of it. Here's why I say I don't think that's a bad thing. If Bitcoin dominance goes up and the price goes up, you're fine. Everything tends to follow Bitcoin eventually. So if Bitcoin goes up to 62,000, you can assume the alts are going to come up with it. Not right off, maybe not immediately. Maybe they do come up with it. But the point is, Bitcoin increasing in price is not a bad thing. You need to get off your high horse hoping that one or two of your favorite altcoins go up to where you want them to. Not reality, okay? Not reality. With the exception of ADA and VET, which I hold two of, both of those. And I've been doing that for a long time. I called them my four horsemen for a reason. They were two of the four horsemen. And, man, they've outperformed almost every other alt except Lind. Lind has been a monster. I want to see Bitcoin go up. I want to see it hit 62,000, and then from there, I want to see it go up to 100,000. In my opinion, that spurs massive growth in the space. And what I just showed you with the total market cap dominance proves that. I think that's the smarter play here, hoping that it goes up, looking for an up, playing along, and not begging for a short, and hoping that we flip the switch, and that things magically stop. Chi-Town, I go by the daily first. That's usually where the price action that I look for happens. But I start on the monthly time frame, and I work all the way down to the 4-hour time frame, with most of my time on the daily. I spend very little time on the 4-hour charts. Very little time on the 4-hour charts. All right, let's get into some alts that I think look pretty interesting. We've talked about Bitcoin. We talked about the total market cap. Let's start with the others dominance. The others dominance still has this inverse head and shoulders and this big humongous wedge here. It hasn't broken it. It's still fiddling around here. You've got a down and then back up. Retracement up. It's threatening to break 886 right now. If I go down the daily chart, you'll see a little bit better here. If you had a line drawn there, it broke it. And we've got a doji forming now, which would mean down. So This is another one of them things that's just sit here and poked around and not done much. Right in the go zone. I like the fact that it's over 786. I like the fact that it's sitting here boiling and the bands are getting tight and it's moving up. Let's see it contain that and hold it and get up over 886. And if that's the case, I mean, our target's up here at 15, 16, and 19% dominance. I'd like to see it. We're at 10% now. Bitcoin and Ethereum are worth 73.5%. It looks like 74, maybe 74%. That was 86% when we first started really checking the dominance, maybe a couple months ago. So it's interesting that the dominance overall between Bitcoin and Ethereum has fallen, and the alts have moved up more steadily, which I like. I think that's a good thing. I don't want to see big monster green candles popping up through here. And while that feels good short term, long term, that ruins you. It ruins you. And I've explained that a million times. All right, so the coins I have that I call coins that are ahead, which means they're farther along in the chart placement-wise than the rest of them, are here. VET, ADA, Zeal, Matic, ZRX, KNC, Kava, Ren, Digibyte. All these made their move first. Engine, which is up 16% today. It's doing awesome. I bought a little bit of Engine on the last dip, as you see right there where it says buy 2,500. I bought that, and we're still sitting in it, so pretty tickled about it. It's doing fairly well. What else did I get? Kava. Yep, Kava. This is one I want to see break right here. The pivot's right there, okay? So I kind of feel like this is going to get hung up right here in this box, and if it does, that's fine. I'm pretty well in the profits. I bought all these down here when we had this big red candle, okay? That's when I bought these. KNC is the same. I don't know why my line's not up here, but I bought it at the same time. So let's put a line up. Somewhere around in there. ZRX, again, hanging right up here. It's bouncing off the pivot. I like this chart. The band's got tight, and I know it's under the 8 and the 21. I only need to see a little bit more right here to be a buy. A little bit more. The KDJ's cutting up. The MACD's starting to flatten, which is a good sign. Let's see it make a little bit more progress, and I really like ZRX to do more here. It's gotten a big move in it. It's retraced, and we're hanging out right here now. After this move completed, we could pull another fib here and see how far back it has or has not fallen. Let's go from here up to here, and it's hanging out over 236. Typically doesn't happen a lot of times on crypto. Typically we get more down before that. We get a 50% or at least a 382. And we've gotten neither one of those. It's kind of hanging out up here on top of the pivot, and that's okay, I guess. It's okay, I guess. It's just a little abnormal for what we typically see. So if you show me a little bit more, ZRX will be a hey, high five. Digibyte, been in Digibyte for a while. Same thing with Digibyte. It's right there. It's right there sitting on the pivot. Look at that. It's just so close. These bands are getting tight. It may be a day or two away from a big move here, and the big move would send us up here to R3 at 1272, which is about 12.5, and then 20 cent. That's nice. Digibyte looks nice. All right, set your profit lines, please. Again, VET all-time high, faded back down a little bit, and I think it's still sitting right near there. Zeal, an amazing looking chart. It's been one of the better assets to buy. Same exact thing as ZRX, sitting right on top of the pivot. Bands are tightening. It's right there. Just give me a little bit more. You got to convince me, all right? Been fooled too many times. Some of the monthly charts, the monthly big hitters is what I call them. Because if you look at the monthly chart, you got more overall, I guess more overall gains to be made monthly. if you didn't just look at the daily chart and weekly chart. If you looked at the monthly, you'd have more chance to make profits. Algorand made a big move the last couple of days, but it's still sitting right under the pivot as opposed to the other ones that were on the pivot. So while this made some gains, it went a long way, okay? It went a long way. Not sold yet. Mithril, same thing. Now this one's under the pivot and it's sitting right there, threatening. It's big. See this 6,900 buy line I got right here because I bought this. This is right under the pivot, just like Algorand. Okay, I need you to do a little bit more here. Prove it. If it can't, I'm gonna have to pull it. EOS. Same story, EOS. 6% today, that's great and all, but I need to see a little more. You've come off the support lines here very well. The 50 and 100, it bounced right off. The moving averages are flattening. I like to see that. That's nice, okay? We can make a big move here. It's close, but it's not exactly there yet. Dusk, been great the last couple of days. Showing me something here, okay? Off the pivot over the 8 and the 21. Indicators are a little high, but they're okay. Can you get over R1 and break this 786 line right here? Because if so, bro, there's a big pile of gains waiting way up here at almost $9, and it's under a quarter now. Good God. One Harmony, same thing. Way up there. This one's better, though. This is better. On top of the 8 and the 21, just begging. Look how tight the bands are getting. MACD starting to flatten. Robert just said something interesting. He said every damn chart looks the same. Yeah, man. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Every chart has that same look, that same bullish look. A gambling man would go ahead and buy. A more meticulous person would stop and double check what they're doing here. Is it worth that couple percent missed to risk it, or is it more for you to not risk the couple percent and play it close to the chest? It's really up to you. Ontology. I've shared this ontology chart to TradingView where I thought it would go to these green arrows. It hit the one green arrow. Look at that. That was nice. The second green arrow hasn't exactly hit it yet, but I mean, I think it'll go eventually. This one isn't exactly impressing me at the moment, so it needs to get with it. It did complete its last hits move, and the bands are a little wide here, so let's see if it consolidates and gets up over the pivot line. I'd like to see that. It is also a giant inverse head and shoulders, okay? The giant inverse head and shoulders here. See it? Inverse head and shoulders. For that matter, we're going to look at some other ones. ARC, giant inverse head and shoulders that broke north, is making a flag under the 50. I'd like to see this get over the 50, and then that's heading up here. Ant, I actually took some profits on this one today. That's a giant inverse head and shoulders. H-bar, not only did this one break north, but it's going to threaten all-time high soon, sitting on top of the R3 weekly here. So many killer charts, man. WTC, Walton Chain, has so many gains available. It's just begging you to take them. Same thing, inverse head and shoulders. Broke the neckline, tested the neckline. Now it's sitting on top of R2, begging for you to buy. It's just sitting right on top of support, waiting. That's nice. The Bollinger Bands are really wide on the weekly. On the daily, they're getting tight. Under the pivot, get up over there so we can buy this, okay? It's close. It's not there yet. GXS, I'm in this one. Same move as WTC, sitting on top of the 200. I like sitting on 200s. That's nice. Safe Haven finally showing some life again after pissing me off. Still no go, though. It's close. Be smart here. Be smart. XEM has been great the last couple of days, and this is exactly what I was saying I wanted to see. You broke north, you got over the pivot, over the death zone there, and now you're moving. And I like this to go to at least R3 at $1.08 for XEM, which is nice because I got into this because we're going to be putting this in the liquidity pool on XEM when the snapshot happens. Snapshot happens on March 12th. Get your XEM, get the snapshot so you can get your free tokens. and you can stake them in the liquidity pool, okay? MTL, metal coin. I bought this metal coin down here at 3,000 right there, you see. It's done exceptional. It's forming another flag up here above support. It's so close to breaking again. It's on top of the pivot. I like metal coin here to keep going up here to at least R2. Let's see what happens. TVK, bought this on Dustin and Nick's suggestion. It did upset me a little bit at first, but it's starting to come around now. Get moving, hit this pivot. That'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd put me well in the profits. I didn't buy much because that's just the cash that I had available. Yeah, Mullet, airdrop March 12th on XEM. Yep. Then you can put it in the liquidity pool and stake. Or actually provide liquidity, which is staking plus fees, okay? If you don't know about DeFi, I think it's high time you open your eyes a little bit and start paying attention. Because if you're not in some sort of DeFi project and in some sort of liquidity pool, you are greatly missing out. You're greatly missing out. You are sitting back watching the world pass you up, driving around in your 1970 Ford F-150 when everybody else is driving Teslas, okay? I need you to understand that may be a problem. It's on Binance, it's on Qcoin, and multiple other exchanges, Shottown. I have it on Qcoin. Tons of other charts. CRV broke my heart again. All it did was go down when I bought it again. Took a chance again. Let me down again. It is over the pivot now. If it can stay up there, that'd be awful nice, but it hasn't broken this trend line here yet. Oh, by the way, I'm going to keep this stream under an hour. What I've noticed is if I go back and watch the metrics of these videos later on and break down the analytics, most people only watch about 15 minutes total. So I think it's kind of dumb to keep doing 2-hour streams when no one's actually watching them. So I think we should stick to probably hanging loose and doing 1-hour streams. I think we can get all the information we need in 1 hour. This thing has finally got a 200 moving average showing up right here. And it turns out that this was one big monster tits move. The 100 is breaking the 200 right here. It touched that, and now it's breaking north. So I'm kind of glad I bought. We'll see. All right, we'll see. I've got this on Huboy or Hoboy or Waboy or however you say it. I don't know. I don't know accents. It's fine. I'm uncultured. Let's look at Bolt. Bolt's been a really interesting altcoin that's on the shitcoin market. It's moved really well and made really good gains. It's kind of held its own and done really well. I'm kind of proud of it, and I still think it's got more in the tank. I like it to go up here to R3 at at 1.7 cent. That'd be nice. 1.7 cent. Let's look at... What was I going to look at? I've written down... I've already talked about everything I wrote down. Oh. There's some other ones that I had not looked at before that I added to my list to start paying attention to. Mana was one of them. Qtum is one of them. And some other ones. That Fibs is coming on now. Yeah, look at Mana. It's doing the move that I was looking for here. Very nice. Very nice. This one's broken north. It's under 786. So I'd like to see it get up above that. We can break 786 and get up here above R1. That'd be excellent. That'd be excellent. There's a chance that it hits this and fades down one more time. That's fine. As long as we stay over the 8 and the 21, I think we'll be all right here. Mana looks pretty good. Give me a little bit more here, and you're clear up here to 50 cent. Goodness, these charts move fast. Gosh, they move fast. Qtum. This one kind of looks a little bit worse than Algo, the way it's fallen down here and not quite recovered just yet. Also important to note that QDM had their snapshot and the chart dropped, as Mr. Fibonacci brought up. Every time there's a snapshot, the chart drops before it happens. Good news is the KDJ turned green and the MACD's trying to curl up here. So, show me, QDM. Show me. I'd like to see it. Show me something. OXT, same move. A lot of these charts look identical. They really do. I could sit here and keep saying the same thing over and over again, but I think that's kind of dumb. Some DeFi coins for you to look into, John, are IOST, QDM, CRV, YFI, YFII, YFLR, YFIN, etc., etc. Anything on the Flare network. If you haven't got in on the beta test for the Flare network, I need you to start trying harder, because big things are happening, and I'll put it that way, okay? Big things are happening in this space, and if you aren't paying attention, you're going to get left behind. People who just hold to be holding, you know, you could be making more money off of that just holding, okay? Because you refuse to sell. Yeah, you're not making anything with your money sitting in your checking account, okay? Put it that way. So let's see it. Let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's see you do something different here. Let's see you step out of your comfort zone and, you know, try something new. Steam. That was an interesting chart. I wanted to bring that up. Steam. Here it is, right here. Yeah, sitting on top of the pivot. It's really thinking about going now. And the thing I like about this coin is it's not really done much. I mean, I know you see that big up right there. But in comparison to some others, man, some others are way up here. And it's still way behind down there with XRP and the others. Hasn't done much at all. I'd really like to see it do more here. We'll see. But this is a really bullish look to me. You've got this thing boiling in a pennant right here. Man, it's right on the edge of just snapping off here. I told you about this one a week ago. So we'll see what happens. I really, really like this setup. It's got a long way to come up. Goodness. Dustin Dayo, bro. $20. You didn't have to do that, man. Thank you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, my guy. Chi-Town, Steam isn't DeFi. That's a different Steam token you're talking about. Steam has actually been around since 2017. They have an offshoot that's similar. We'll get this money donated to, Dustin. I appreciate it, bro. Everything that comes in here donation-wise gets donated. I don't keep anybody's money. I don't want anybody's money. We were able to give away 1,000 XRP the first time. Last time we gave $550 away worth of Algorand. I want to do more than that this time. I want to do $750, and I think we'll do XLM. How about that? We'll do $750 of XLM. We're already close. This $20 gets us even closer now. Again, I only get half of that. So it's actually $10. If you use PayPal or send me crypto, then I don't have to pay. I don't have to eat fees on those. Okay. Mr. Fib right here says the advantages of having NIM wallet is on March 15th to get all your XYM, and you can enter liquidity pools that go live. Why is that important? Because it's important to get in liquidity pools early. Why? Because if you get in liquidity pools early, you get the best rewards and the best price. You mean to tell me if you get in line first that you get the best seats at a concert? You mean to tell me that if you get the biggest chunk of money in the bank that you make the most dividends? Interesting, isn't it? Hey, bro, Dustin, man, I'm glad to see you're doing better. I know it's an uphill battle, but you're a badass, man. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Nobody gets to quit. Nobody gets to quit. You're not going to quit either. What else? I was looking over some stuff. I tell you what, I've got the beta test stuff on the computer here, and I haven't claimed lately, so I'll just kind of walk you through it here of kind of how it works. Let's pull this over here. So this is the Flare Farm beta site. Essentially, what they're doing is they've given you pretend tokens. It didn't work. Let me pull up another one. They've given you pretend tokens out of a faucet that has pretend ether in it with pretend other tokens. And they're letting you practice using their DeFi pools and practice finding the best liquidity pool. Well, this is the interface, all right? Essentially, YFIN is the token that we're looking to get here. Why? Because it has the highest ceiling here, and it's the reward that you get for doing this. They don't pay you in dollars. They don't pay you in USDT. They don't pay you in XRP. They pay you in YFIN. So I'll show you what happens here. So I've got a little bit in this top pool, and it's paying out 42 YFIN per day. I'm not actually getting that, but I'm doing all right. I'll claim this, and this is all a beta test, and nothing is locked in right now. So it's all kind of a little bit glitchy and a little bit odd how it works, but it all works. So I'll show you the process that I go through here to claim my tokens and then restake them. I just claimed that one, and I got a confirmation. We'll claim this one, which is a XUSD, which is wrapped USDT. That's right, folks. We have wrapped coins, and we have put them in a liquidity pool. That's right, folks. Remember all that stuff we read about wrapped tokens, this, that, and wrapped tokens, the other? Yeah, we're doing it. We're not buying the tokens. We're wrapping them ourselves. You see right here, I've earned 0043 YFIN. Doing pretty well. 0. Claim. And we'll dismiss this when it pops up. I like to do this one at a time. Some people just go through and hit them all. I like to be slow mouse and not, hey, look how fast I am mouse. So this is the last one, and we'll see how much we made over the last several hours. So the last time I came in here and touched this computer was at 5:30 when I got home, okay? I had to leave, had to do some other stuff. So, oh, thank you, Chi-Town, bro. $10. I appreciate it, my guy. Thank you. We'll get that donated out. Thank you very much. I've got all my YFIN rewards just now. I've claimed them all. So now I can see how much YFIN I have. I'm going to refresh the page. Reconnect here. And I've got 0276 YFIN, and I've got 90 cents worth of USD. So now I'm going to put them in a liquidity pool. All right. So the way the liquidity pool works is you have to put the token in plus some XUSD, pair them, and put them in the pool together. All right. That adds liquidity. All right. This is how it works. Just follow the process. Okay. So I don't have enough. Let's see how much YFIN I have. So I've got 0.0276 YFIN. That's worth $30, okay? 27 bucks. I don't have 27 XUSD. I only have 90 cents right here. So I need more XUSD in order to have enough to pair them together and put them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this YFIN, and I'm going to have 50-50 balance, and then I'm going to put that in a liquidity pool, okay? So right now, half of 28 would be 14. It's a little bit less than that, so I'm going to do like 138 or something like that. Let's see what it comes out to. 138, roughly half. We'll swap. So now I've taken the YFIN rewards that I got, and I've cut them 50-50 YFIN and XUSD. Now I can go to liquidity. This is the liquidity pool approval. There's my YFIN. I've got 0.0138. 13. I got $14 worth of XUSD. You see that? All right. I got enough XUSD to cover the YFIN. I can supply the liquidity. Yes, you have to do the stupid approval every time. Why am I showing all this? Because this is a very, very, very important chance that you shouldn't let pass you up, okay? You should be smart here. Waiting on an approval here. Once I get my approval, little confirmation thingy pops up. I think I might have already got it. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go to farm. connect our wallet, go down here to the pool that I want to add to. At the moment, I'm getting 439047. All right, and I'm getting the same thing over here. These are the two highest ones, so I'll put them in this one. Claim. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do claim. I hit the wrong thing. I'm going to stake. I'm going to stake the maximum amount. That's the $13 plus the YFIN that I just claimed, and I'm going to stake them. I'm adding more to the pool now. Instead of keeping my rewards and putting them in my pocket, I just added them back to the pool so that I can gain more rewards and more rewards. So that was $27 for 6 hours. Okay? That's roughly... All right, no bullshit. Okay, we got 24 hours in a day. So we can multiply that by 4. So we got 27 times 4. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 99, 108, 117. See what I'm saying? $117 a day. So for the free tokens that they gave us, I'm making $117 a day. This is about $1,500 worth of free tokens. So the ratio right now is put $1,500 in, make $100 a day. So in roughly, if you can count there, roughly a half a month, you make your money back. And from there, you're all getting rewards. It's nothing but rewards on top of rewards, on top of rewards, on top of rewards. What if you put 15,000 in? What if you put 100,000 in? What would your rewards be then? So I need you all to think about this stuff, okay? You're going to hold on to your coins anyway, aren't you? Aren't you? Well, put them in the liquidity pool, man. Make some money. What Ken just said was impermanent losses. I'm going to explain to you guys what impermanent losses are. So when you take your coin and then you pair it with XUSD and then you put it in the pool, all right? If you take that out, you lose half of that right off the top. Because you pulled it out of the pool, you pay a fee, okay? You lose half. So don't pull it out of the pool until you've accrued enough rewards that it makes up for you putting those coins in there, right? So if I put $1,500 in there and I split that bitch in half, that's $750 and $750. All right, I'm not going to touch that pool until I make at least $750 to cover the losses that I would take if I pulled out of the pool. That's an impermanent loss, okay? That's important to understand. So don't do stupid shit and go pulling stuff out because you see one pool that's 1% higher, all right? That's not the smart thing to do. It's not the smart play. It's very, very complicated, and I need you to understand it's a brain fuck, and I'm sorry, but guess what? It's time to man up and learn. It's time to man up and learn. If you haven't figured it out, DeFi is DeFi is the future, and I hate saying that because I feel like it's a big bubble. It probably is, but you should be involved in that bubble and make your money. You shouldn't be scared. You shouldn't be a bitch. You shouldn't be a bitch. You should man up and go get it. I want everybody to man up and go get their gains. No, Mullet, it's not staking. I want you to think of staking as being the bank. All right? You put your checking account money, you put your paycheck in your checking account, right? The bank then uses that money to pull up and pay out other people's needs for ATM machines, for loans, for CDOs, for whatever, okay? That's staking. All right. DeFi pools providing liquidity is like the Federal Reserve, okay? It's like the Federal Reserve printing money and then giving it to you because you gave them the money to print to begin with, all right? You're not just getting rewards, you're getting a slice of the pie on every single transaction in that pool, all right? So imagine if you had a deal with Binance that every time someone in Binance made a transaction, you got a cut. You'd make a lot of money, wouldn't you? You would make so much money that it'd be ridiculous. Well, that's what a liquidity pool provides. Not only are you getting the rewards for putting your stuff in the pool, but you get a cut of every single transaction that goes down. Think about that. Wouldn't you like to be the guy who put credit card machines beside every cash register and made a cut off of that shit? I sure would. I sure would love to be it. I'd love to. I want part of those credit card swipes. Whether it's going down, whether it's going up, it doesn't matter. You get your credit card swipe. You get your credit card swipe no matter what. And the sooner you get into the DeFi pool, the more rewards you get. That's my DeFi spiel, okay? Pay attention. Those of you who are just sitting back holding XRP thinking you're going to be rich, you're wrong, okay? You're wrong. Do better. Do better. And I'll say the same thing for people who are sitting back holding their XLM. Say the same thing for people who are sitting back holding their Ethereum. Do better. Do better. You can. You should. Let's look at ENQ. ENQ is interesting. This is a Qcoin shitter right here. I've got so much on this chart. Good God. There we go. This thing has been great. This one and Bolt have been two of the better performers from the heavy shit coins, all right? I know we got some ugly wicks right here. Understand that the market cap is stupid low on this token, okay? Absolutely, Mo, that you got it right. It's fractional banking, except you get more. And you're the bank. I mean, there's no bank in between. There's no middleman. It's you. It's bankless banking. It's bankless banking. Only you're so early that you can get in it too. And think about it. There's 27 people watching this stream right now. I have almost 1,300 subscribers. So 27 of the 1,300 actually give a shit to pay attention. Imagine the crypto world. All right. 27 of the 1.3 billion actually give a shit. 27 million of the 1.3 billion actually give a shit. So you're going to be one of the 27 who actually give a shit, first of all. And you're going to be earlier than the other people who jump in later thinking they're going to make the same thing you're making. Pay attention. You know what I mean? What's up, Kelly? Absolutely, Kelly. And if you're not involved, what you just said is correct. And if you're not involved, you're missing out and it's your fault. We actually had to create a whole nother group. I didn't, Harvey did. Harvey created a whole nother group just for DeFi because we were talking about so much DeFi that it was clogging up the other chats. So that's probably the right thing to do. Let's look at Doge real quick. Why? Because some of you people out there keep buying this shit. Guess what? The chart is like out of here. I have to find another Doge chart. There we go. So this is the monthly Doge. If we pull the fib on it real quick, just to see where our points are. Look at that. We blew right through the first target box. It closed and opened right at 1272. The next target got hit, the 1414. It closed right underneath it. Now look, I mean, 0096 is still right there. Now, you look at this chart and you tell me that that's going to $1. Please. There is nothing on this thing that says it's going to $1. You're a fucking idiot if that's what you think, okay? You have no proof of that. You're guessing. You're guessing. Stop guessing. Stop. You don't have to guess. The chart has the answer. It doesn't matter if it's going to $1 or not. What you need to know is that at the moment, on the daily chart, it's struggling to become a buy. It's struggling to become a buy. So don't buy it yet. When it's a buy, if you'd like to, well then buy it. But don't complain when it don't go as high as you thought it was, because there are many, 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 many more charts that you could have got on. You message him, Mullet. So get NEM N1M1 desktop wallet, and you have to add a little XEM in there in place to opt for snapshot on that wallet. Okay, I'll look into that. I downloaded the NEM wallet, but I didn't go all the way into it. I had shit to do today. So I have some NEM now. I bought some and it went up, so I was pretty happy about that. But Don't be dumb enough to stick around in Doge. All right, I've talked about crypto enough. I have 10 minutes left here. Let's look at some stocks. Penny stocks. Y'all guys have y'all guys have Mullet's Telegram. Just message him. That's the easiest thing to do. All right, so I'll start with some of these penny stocks that I like. This is SNCA Biopharma. As you see here on the weekly chart, it's come up off the bottom, which I like. It's bounced down off the 618, off this 100, which I kind of saw coming. You see, I said this squeeze was coming. Not only did it squeeze, but it fell under the pivot line. And I don't like that. I don't like that. It couldn't hold this support. It's kind of dancing around right now. I don't think it's going to fall way back down here because it seems to have hit the bottom and bounced up. A triple bottom, as a matter of fact. So I like SNCA long-term here. These stocks aren't going to be get in, get out. They're going to be kind of long-term, in my opinion. CEI, which is Camber Energy. The weekly chart, this thing has done nothing. It's exactly the same. Got a triple bottom and a bounce off. A lot of these penny stocks have the same moves here. Now, the sizes are different and the points are different, but they're there. It's kind of failing the 8 and the 21 right now, but it does have the 50 in here. A check on the 50 seems like it's going to happen. If it checks that 50, it can move up here. We'll see. Big, big, big gains in CEI. Look how far it fell. And it hasn't recovered yet, okay? None of this recovery has happened at all. INPX, I'm also in this one. I looked up this company online and I forget what I found. It wasn't that important. You know, the dailies kind of look ugly right now because we had a retrace. The Dow kind of pulled back a little bit. But this has another tits move left in here. So even if it does come up and hit the pivot, it may move sideways a bit. La Jolla Pharmaceutical. Yeah, I bought some calls on this one for like a long-term call. And it hasn't hit them yet. Whatever. I'll let it play out a little bit. It wasn't that much for the calls. The calls were super cheap. But I like these gains here because this thing has fallen a long way. Okay? It's fallen a long way. And it's got a double bottom. Bottom on the monthly chart. Yeah, look at that. Look at that double bottom. And look at the bands. They're not even... the bands are so out of whack because it fell so far so fast that the bands haven't even caught up yet. So I like this one long term. I just do. And this OSZC here, that's another energy stock that we found. It just fell a long way, and I like the recovery ability. It's a long way from the AEMA. It's all the way up at $3.19. So again, I think there's some good gains in here. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I don't have a Twitter, so they can get in touch with you. I don't do Twitter. Let's see. Yeah, you got to create your private keys and stuff. Oh, they're talking about birthdays. Well, next month, happy birthday, Kelly. The bond market. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, let me look at bonds real quick. Why does that matter? Because as I've told you before, once the bond market hits about 3 to 5%, big time investors will simply pull out and move to bonds because they can get a normal steady income off those bonds, guaranteed and backed by the government. They'd rather have that than take a risk on some other some other chart or some other asset going up and down with volatility. Where the bond market has been volatile lately, it's in recovery mode. And if you look back in history, the bond market's fairly stable. Even if it goes up or down, it's fairly stable. And you get your gains no matter what. That will happen. If we have an inflationary action, I don't know, like another stimulus, they're going to invest in cryptocurrencies, mostly Bitcoin, and precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, titanium, and stuff like that. All right, uranium's another good. Uranium is another good thing to get into, and nuclear fusion instead of fission. Another thing I was talking to Stephen about today. That's nuclear fission, or nuclear fusion, I'm sorry. Right now, we make most of our nuclear power by splitting atoms. But with particle colliders, they've actually been able to create nuclear fusion and create new elements that never even existed before. I forget the name of the element. I'm having a brain fart, but big possibilities are on the horizon, I think. I think we'll have an idea of what the market's going to do before it does anything every single time. So let's not panic. No freaking out needed. Just sit back and relax and watch the charts, and don't be stupid, man. Be smart. Use your head. Yeah. Okay. The best way to put it, Kelly, I don't give a shit about any of those people. They don't watch charts. They don't watch charts. None of them do. It's all about talk. They like to talk to people who like to talk to people. They don't like to look at charts. They don't like to divulge on assets. They like to talk. And the chart's where the money's made. It's as simple as that. I don't know what else to say. You can look at it and say, oh man, they have an earnings report coming out. We're going to see. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You would have already bought it or sold it before that earnings report comes out. So, thorium, yeah, there's another one. Palladium. I actually had a little bit of palladium and I sold it and moved into platinum, and I made better gains in platinum because palladium went flat for whatever reason. Tungsten was another one too, and nickel. Nickel. I looked up nickel, and the chart was way down when I looked it up. I thought, gosh, I better get into that. And I went to, and the brokerage that I use didn't have nickel available at the time, so I bought palladium. That's actually why I got it. And then I moved into platinum after that. So I think that's about all I've got. Didn't want to do too long of a stream. Like I said, I'll keep them an hour or so from now on. It's just, like I said, I can repeat myself over and over again on every single chart. They all look really similar. But I think that's kind of dumb to do. A lot of them are right on the bitter edge. I think by Thursday we may have some more clarity on some, I hope. That way the stream would be nicer. We'll see what happens then. Till then, I appreciate everybody coming by. Chi-Town and Dustin, I appreciate the donations, guy. That's badass. I need to get both of your information, please. Chi-Town, if you'll message me. Dustin Deo, if you'll message, I'll message you if you don't message me. I need to get your address so I can send you a sticker. Anybody who donates $10 or more. No, they're bimetal, Kelly. They're not nickel at all. They're mostly bimetal. For $10, you get one of these green ones. But Dustin, you did 20, so if you want to get one of the other ones, please let me know. I've got blue. I've got the red, big red assassin stickers. I also have the black ones, which are my favorite. And I have black and gold. And I have garnet and black, because of South Carolina colors, and I live in South Carolina now. And all the people here love South Carolina, so thought it looked cool. Anyway, there wasn't really a coin shortage, Kelly. That's all bullcrap. Wasn't really a coin shortage at all. All right, so listen, I appreciate everybody coming. Thank y'all. Awesome. I appreciate it. Still got 27 people on here, which is cool. That means people stuck out with me. That's cool as shit to me. Thank y'all. I'll be back on Thursday. We'll do another stream then. Remember to message me, Chi-Town. Remember to message me, Dustin. I'll try to get in touch with you if you're not watching, and we'll work it out. I'll see y'all on the